I've always wondered who Oshay Duke Jackson was from. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of that name on these YouTube streets, Oshay Duke Jackson. I hear a lot more about him in the travel sector, with the passport bros, brothers who travel, brothers with a passport, whatever term you want to use. I hear more about him in that sector, and also in other like Africa related videos and discussions. So I always wondered, who he was, and I thought, okay, he's a very a popular African brother. That's what I thought, right? And then recently I was on a live panel reading the chat, and then his name came up again, and I asked the chat, where is Oshay Duke Jackson from? Is he African? Because the live was about Africa, and then I was just convinced that he was African. All this time that I've known about him on these YouTube streets, I just thought the guy was African because the name Oshay, to me, that's very African. So I thought, okay, he's from West Africa. He's from Nigeria, one of those countries. So then, during that live chat, someone told me that no, he is not African. He is a Black American. And I was like, oh yeah, he does sound Black American when he speaks. I mean, like he has an American accent. But I thought he was maybe Nigerian American. That's what I thought. And then the person in the chat said that no, he's not African at all. Like he doesn't have any direct roots to Africa. But he's Black American, so his ancestry is African, but he is not directly from Africa. And I was like, oh, okay, interesting. And then the person in the chat, seems to know more about him. I think they've even had personal interaction with each other. This person is KBN. I don't know if you guys heard of KBN. He goes by those initials. And KBN say that Oshay Duke Jackson was actually born in Linwood, California, which is next to Compton in California. And Oshay Duke Jackson grew up in Sacramento in California as well. And apparently the name Oshay, which I think is very African, I don't know what you guys think. Is that an African name? Is that a Nigerian name? I'm from Southern Africa, but I thought the name sounded very Nigerian and West African. But anyway, apparently he got the name Oshay from, he got it off Ice Cube, the rapper Ice Cube, and then he just changed it up a bit. I don't know much about rappers and rapping, so I don't know which part of Oshay Ice Cube used, but apparently that's where Oshay Duke Jackson got his name Oshay from. And he just changed it up a bit so that it sounds as Oshay Duke Jackson. Anyway, no big deal, but I was just wondering, that's all. And I'm glad I got my answer, as to what his identity is. Yeah, and also like Oshay, like I said, the name sounds very Nigerian to me. I don't know about you guys. Is Oshay a Nigerian name? It definitely sounds West African. And also apparently Oshay Duke Jackson tells people that he's from Nigeria, that he's a Nigerian, which is also fine, If he chooses to identify as a Nigerian African, I suppose that's okay, It's good to see Black Americans or Black people in the diaspora embrace their African roots. It's really heartwarming to see that. So kudos to Oshay Duke Jackson, and I hope that a lot more people follow in his footsteps to embrace their African heritage. And also like Oshay does travel to Africa a lot. He seems to know a lot about Africa, and he seems to be in and out of Africa a lot. So that's really nice of him. And that he loves Africa so much, he studies Africa so much, and that he goes to Africa a lot. That this somebody that truly appreciates his African roots, and he has totally embraced his African heritage, which is really, really heartwarming to see. So again, kudos to Oshay Duke Jackson. Whether he's an African or he's an American, he's still African by ancestry, and he's an African in the diaspora. So thanks for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. Until next time, Africa to the world.